There's never been a better time than now to create your own business, to create your own success, and capture the opportunities around the world. People always say, I don't have opportunities. I don't, I'm never in the right place at the right time. Well, I'm telling you, you are in the right place at the right time right now. Now, how is that even possible? Well, I was able to create opportunities for myself, my family, because I was searching. It all depends on what your goals are. You got to have like these goals that are so big that's going to force you to look, because most people just go on their lives every day. They do the same thing over and over and over again. Now, if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get the same results, correct? So the way to get different results is if you start thinking differently, looking for things, but it sits upon a premise of having a big goal to start. Okay. So let me show you what happened for me, because I know we're going to talk about India today, but we're also going to talk about, many other things. Okay. So here we go. All righty here. So, my name is Steve Huang, and my background is in engineering, and I created incredible life, not because I was lucky, because I created the luck. And I believe that anybody can create the luck. But you need to start with one thing. Which are these goals and dreams? Like, the bigger the goals and dreams you have, the better. Why? So let me look at this. What is it you want in your life? Do you want to have financial freedom? You want to have time freedom? You want to control your time? You want to leave a legacy? You want to travel the world? What is it? The better that you have clarified of your goals, the better chance of you getting it. My background is engineering. I was a mechanical engineer, aerospace engineer. I designed cell phones, airplanes, but that was my passion. I say, oh, this is really cool. But my also passion is not just doing work; it's also creating an incredible lifestyle. Like my life isn't just my work; it's my family. It's like many other things. It's encompassing of many different areas. So I didn't just want to have be an engineer. I want to have the money to do the things. But the question is, how do you do that? So that consists of a wonderful life. And most people said, you know what? I gave up. I'm done. My life is like this, and it's going to be like this forever. Guys, don't just, like lie down and just like, die. Get up and fight for your dreams, guys. I had to do it, and many people have. And if you look out there, there's a lot of people that have created incredible lives. How did they do it? Because they fought for their lives, fought for their dreams. So, because of that, in 18 months, we began Circle of Excellence 1. And then we began Circle of Excellence 2, and now 3. Now, I'm sharing with you not to brag, but to show that anything is possible. There's people that make 10 times more than us. So it all started with these technologies, okay? This little machine I have in my hand, you see the picture there. 5 minutes on half the face. Wow, incredible result. And then, okay, here's my wife, my daughter, 10 years later after using the technology for 3 months. Can you see the difference? It's incredible. Here she is at 38 and at 61. Like, this is 38, this is 61. How many 61-year-olds want to look like they are when they're 38 or younger than that? So there's 5 key points that I found that these are the secrets to creating an incredible life. Okay, to have that life that you wanted that to have that financial freedom, or the time freedom, or ways to control everything. If you have these 5, it's so much easier to get. Okay, if you're missing one, it's tough. So what are they? Market trends. What are the trends that people are interested in? What is it that the world is looking to solve? Okay, what is the big trends? We're not talking about temporary things. People focus on temporary trends too much. And there's like a exciting thing, like, I don't know, what is it? The Labubu dolls. Okay, these are the little dolls that look like monsters. That's a temporary trend, guys. that's not going to last forever. So those are short, even like a Pokemon, right? It's a long term, but it's not forever. I'm looking for these forever trends that will never go away for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay. Now, once you figure out these trends, you want to come up with a solution for it. What is a solution? Which means you have a product or a technology that can solve that. Number three, partnership. Now, do you want to develop these products yourself like this? No, I don't want to. You don't want to spend millions of dollars on it and take the risk because, to be all honest, the technologies, many products in the world are being developed in the world daily, but not even make it. So you want to leverage, okay, and you want to take advantage of partnerships. Okay. Number four, compensation. How much can you make? Well, it's going to be unlimited, no cap, no ceiling. And number five, timing. If you have the timing, be in the right place at the right time, and you take action, you can completely change your life. So you have to have all five of these. Very important, not missing one. Let's talk about trends. One of the biggest trends is that people realizing it's not enough just to be me, to get my job or my small business and just go on a routine. Guys, the world is changing so fast. Like it's so fast. Like you remember some of the things that are happening, right? You're like you gotta change in order to catch up, but you don't want to just catch up. You want to be ahead of it. So one of the trends that people realizing is like, it's not like if I just do the regular thing, it's not going to happen. So I study the most successful people. Why they are always ahead? Because they leverage. They go from 1 to 10 to 100 to 1,000 people, right? Look at the biggest companies in the world. The guys that make Apple, the guys that make our products, they might make I don't know, the cars, whatever, right? These guys are smart, so we got to leverage and learn from them. The other trends are AI. AI is so big, so fast, and that's another trend, right? The other one is, so we put AI in the technologies like this, okay, and like this, but I'll show you about it later. And then there's beauty and wellness. These are trends that will never go away, like for hundreds and hundreds of years. Okay, let me explain. So first one is anti-aging. Do you ever hear people say, you know what? I just want to I want to be really old and have lots of wrinkles. You're never going to hear that. People want to like live young, look young. Like it's not even now. We're talking about 50 years ago, 100 years ago, 200 years ago. These are forever trends, guys. If you focus on this, these trends will never go away. Right? The other one's health. How many people say, my goal this year, I want to be so tired. I want to be so sick. I want to be stuck in bed. Just the opposite. That's how you identify trends. Okay. People want to have great health, lots of energy. They want to be able to do things with the family, the friends, the people that they enjoy. So these are two trends that we identify that are forever trends. Okay. Now, so what's the solution? What product and technology can you use to solve these problems? Well, we have developed a technology called ageLOC. When you're young, you can look at this right here. When you're young, this is the gene expression of a 20-year-old. Okay, that's why people look young. This is a gene expression of a 50-year-old, like a 50-year-old. This is like a 50-year-old with a 20-year-old gene expression, which is me. I'm 53. I have like a 23-year-old gene expression, 20-year-old gene expression. That's why I look young. I have the energy, everything. Okay. We can reset those gene expression 92%. Not 100%, but hey, it's good enough. Look at this, my friend. Before, after, and after. Here's my wife again at 38 and at 61. How many people would be interested in like a half of this result? Here's another technology. Okay. It's a deep cleanser and uses the gels, which are genetic. Incredible technology to help you look young. Now, this is the first AI technology of its kind right here in my hand. Okay. This thing, okay, it's smart. You just press a button, you turn it on, you use it, and it works. Okay. Here's working on the stomach, one leg, and one arm. Can you tell which arm? Right. Really, this one's not done. Right? Not done, done. Incredible. Here's my friend. His leg was swelled up and then he used it twice and boom, back out surfing again. Incredible things. Okay, we also have other AI technology to mask your face and say, figure out, hey, what products can we use to help you look young? So that's on the health side. We also develop technologies, okay, other technology. Our company has spent tens of millions of dollars to develop these. This machine was the first one of its kind 20 years ago. It can measure how well vitamins work in terms of supplements absorption or fruits and vegetables. This thing's so big, it was sitting in doctor's offices, maybe hospitals and a university. Then we make it smaller and smaller, and now this small. It's about the size of your hand. Look what happens when you measure. Oh, right there, I'm in the blue. Okay, I'm in the blue. Pretty high, right? Absorption. Like this thing is incredible. You just turn it on, you press a button, it turns on, and then you put your finger on it, right? Let me show you how it works. Then you put your finger on here and you just let it measure, right? We have products that help you increase those numbers, okay? Increase your antioxidant immune system. You want to be up here in the purple. You don't want to be here in the red. The higher you are, the better. So let's take a look. I've been taking the products. Let's see where I'm at. Oh, right there in the blue, right here, okay? Not bad, right? So we know our products work. You can validate it, guys. We're going to launch this technology coming up very soon. It's it's going to change the world. Okay, let me show. Where is my presentation? I think my presentation disappeared. Okay, here we go. All righty. So there it is. No, that's not my presentation. I don't know my presentation. Okay, so give me a second. Let me find my presentation again. It is right here. Aha, voila. All righty. So excellent. Now, continue to share. Perfect. Okay, so how this works is it uses AI. And we have, from those previous machines, we have 20 million scans. Do you know how many scans that is? That's like the whole country of Chile. Like, imagine we scan every single person in Chile or half of all of Colombia. And then we take that data and with the new data, put into an AI engine, and then it gives you a nutrition score. Guys, nobody in the world has anything like this. We're going to launch this coming up. But more important is we have the products that will increase your antioxidant score. It's a $9 trillion global wellness market, guys. This is so big. Doesn't matter what country you're in. Now, who's behind this? A company called Nu Skin Enterprises. We're a public company, okay, multi-billion dollar company that are investing constantly in technology like these. Okay, we have many more, and we're developing even more. What company is doing this out there? Nobody. Okay, not for health and wellness. Here we are celebrating our success on the New York Stock Exchange. So the reason I show you this is because some of the biggest investment firms are investing in our company. Why? They know where we're going, guys. Now, more importantly, is $20 billion paid out in commission. 20 billion. It's one of the highest in this whole region, and nobody's paying out that much. So if you're gonna work with somebody, why not work with the one that paid out the most? Right? That's always been my philosophy. Go and work with the best. So how much can you make? Well, here we are, 2010. We just the company recognized us for being, Circle Excellence One right here. And if you can look at this, it's not just us. That was in 18 months we reached it. But then there's other people. There's people in Thailand, Taiwan, Korea, Japan, Australia, Canada, China, Hungary, all over the world. This is a global business. We started this at our home. Back then, no social media. And then it got bigger and then bigger. Okay. And then, so how much money can you make? Let's talk about making 3,000 a month. If you have a job or small business, you got to keep working. There's no stop. If you stop your income. There's no way to create this cash flow business. But if you put money in the bank, $3 million or $1 million in real estate, you can rent out your real estate or put money in the bank with interest, then you could get 3,000 a month. But How many people have $3 million or $1 million cash to buy real estate? Well, there's new skin. With us, you just got to become what we call a ruby or emerald. 3 to 4 key leaders, people who are building the business, not customers. Okay. And you can create the kind of cash flow income like this, similar to real estate in the bank. You get to build it, but hey, it's worth your time because you can't get there with a job or a business. Very tough. Okay. So, how much you want to make? Do you want to make an extra $1,000 a month? 4,000 a month, 10,000, 36,000. So it depends on where you want. These are average incomes, and we can show you steps on how to reach it. Okay. You got to put in the work, but we can show you how to get there. Whereas when I had my job, there's just no future there. There's no way I can make this kind of money, especially having cash flow that comes in again and again. Now, for those of you guys who like vacations, we have these amazing trips around the world. We have taken people to Africa, to Jamaica, to Hawaii, Iceland, Bermuda, all over the world. Our next trip is to Madrid, Spain. Anybody want to go there? All expenses paid? Well, we just reward our reps, with these amazing things to help them, so even as they build their business, we can enjoy together, right? So let's talk about timing. Last point. Why is it important? Well, we're going to talk about India here. Why is it important? What's so important about India? Well, I'm going to tell you, it's the biggest market in the world. Okay. 1.4 billion people. Do you know how big that is? That's bigger than China. For a company, China used to be half our revenue. For like a whole decade, over 10 years, China was half our revenue. That's how big it was. That's why people there made so much money. So I'm going to tell you, India is even bigger than China with 1.4 billion people, with the population, 65% of them under 35. And their middle class is doubling. What country the middle class is doubling? Not in the United States, not in Colombia, Chile, Peru, Canada, or anywhere in Europe. The only country in the world with the middle class doubling. That means if they're doubling, that means they're making more money and they're looking for more opportunity. And that's why we're going there. Okay. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Really. After we open India, that's it. No more big markets to open. So here's a girl to help us open Colombia. I'm giving you an example because she started early before 2,000 people were 90% in her team. You can do the same thing with India. Same thing with Japan. 125 million people. One of our leaders started early. He captured 60% of the market. When we opened, 5 years later, he still had 60%. He's created massive success for himself and his family. Latino market, United States, 65 million people. How much of that pie are you interested in? India, 1.4 billion people. This is huge. Do you want 60%, 20%, 80%? It's your choice. But it's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Once it opened, that's it. Now, whether you're interested in any of these market or anywhere else, we have great potential. But I wanted to focus on the India market. But let me explain. I helped open up Colombia, Chile, and Peru, which had 100 million population. Nice size for the three countries. But a friend focused on China, 1.4 billion people. We became Circle Excellence 3. He made more than 10 times we did. What's the biggest difference? Market size. Now, how much money can you make from India? I think it's much bigger than China. I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna bet on it. So 2 ways to participate. You can wait until it opens, or do it now. Start looking for Indian people living outside of India. Start building the business. Find your 10 people that want to build it and use the product. And then when we open, you can have thousands of people or tens of thousands of people in your team. That's how you capture the market share. How many people do you want? How do you build this business? You can do it in person. You can leverage social media. I say do both. Guys, if you know Indian people, go talk to them. If you say, I live in a city where there's no Indian people, Go online. Look, you have access to the whole world. LinkedIn, whatever been. Are you using it to your advantage? Or are you just using it to, browse the social media channel? It's okay to browse, but why not make it and turn it into money so you can really enjoy your life? So India will have different products, okay, ranging from $5 to over $50. We have products here that you can start. We work together as a team with some simple systems. Now, you do need a dream and goal. The bigger it is, the better to focus your attention on. There's no, like, if you have a big goal, okay, and some of you guys do, what are you doing about it? Do you have a plan? Well, I'm showing you a plan right now, an opportunity, and we put the plan together. Then you got to make that decision. This is what I want and take massive action towards it. If you're ever going to take massive action towards anything, timing is now. With the launch of our AI technologies, okay, with the launch of our business into India, it is a huge opportunity. Start now, do not wait, because you're going to lose if you wait. We're looking for people who are aggressive, who says, I want something different in my life. I'm ready to go and change my life. Okay. We're looking for that for you. If you just want to use a product and start, that's fine too. But I really are talking to the guys that really want to take this opportunity and capture a huge market share. So position yourself, sign up now, start making money today. We pay every week, every month. Okay. So, and you don't have to invest in huge money. I would suggest buying the products. Okay. I came in, I bought 1,000 points. That's the fastest way to do it. So you can have the technologies, use it, experience it. Okay. Take our supplements. And then as you use the products, like I said, buy the 1,000 points and then start building your business. Who do you know out there that is, that's looking to, looking to have better health, okay? Who has spends a lot of money on beauty? Who wants to make extra money or who wants to really capture a huge market share? So if you're any of those people, tell your friend, I'm ready to go. Let's do this. And you know what? I'm ready to change my life. So, there's not a better timing than now. You're never going to have a better timing especially with this India launch. You need to work like crazy because that craziness that you work like from now until December or November can change your life forever. And that's not even the full launch. The full launch is going to be like in May. So you need to get a head start now. All right. So thanks for being on this call. And you know what? Get back to your friend and tell them, hey, I'm interested in using these products and I want to build a business. I want to change my life. And we'll be here. We'll be able to be there to show you and help you so you can create the business that you want. All right, guys, you go and have a great Sunday evening. I'll see you later. And thanks a lot, Silvana, for translating in Spanish. And we'll see you guys later. All right. Ciao, everybody. Bye bye.